So does it ever feel like maybe you and your partner in your relationship just aren't speaking the same language? Like you're trying to show them love and touch them and caress them and display your affection to them, only for them not to be getting it. Or you want to feel their love, you want to feel their touch and their emotions, only for them to 2 or 3 times a day tell you, honey, you know I love you, right? Baby, you look beautiful. Well, it might actually be not so much that they're not trying to show you their love for you, or that you're trying to show them your love. It might be that you're actually talking different love languages. You see, the 5 love languages, they're really the psychological communication concepts that came out that were coalesced into a book called The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman back in like 2008, 2005, and he's wrote a bunch more since then. But what they are is they break down how each of us want to show love and want to be shown love into 5 simple categories or ways that we each do it. So what are they? Well, it's easy. They're words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, gift giving, and acts of service. You may think, I got an article up here on lifeloveandmarriage.com, and this is my little PDF infographic they made for me. I'm just going to use as my cheat sheet. I'll actually throw a copy of this, a link to it in the description or a comment, so you can download a free version of it yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But the first one is words of service. So what is this? It's not the giant displays when you go out and write a 3-page love letter or make a video and to show the world just how much you care about your partner. That's great and all. That doesn't really build up the affection between you two. It doesn't build up a relationship. It's just a single display of love. No, what these are, words of affirmation, is when your partner or you throughout the day give you those small things to let you know they're thinking about you. And I think this is what guys kind of default to as our mode of communication in a relationship. It's our kind of default mode love language is words of affirmation, because it's easier for us, for those of us who do actually open up and communicate our emotions and show a little bit of vulnerability and availability like that. It's easier for us just to put it into words and to say it, rather than try to think about how do I put these words into an action or into a gift or to some act of service to actually display it to her. So for us guys, we don't talk much anyways. It's easier when we do talk. Hey, we said what we mean what we say. I love you. That's our way of saying I love you. It means we love you. We're thinking about you at the time. I love you. I'm not going to say it if I don't love you. And I'm telling you I do love you because I want you to know that I do love you. I care about you. I think about you. I am thinking about you. And I want to lift you up. I want to build an amazing life with you. So I love you. And it might be just a simple I love you, but the meaning behind it is still their love. It's still their heart reaching out and trying to express their love that they have for you. And it just might be that the language they know how to do that best is just simple verbal communication. So what do you do when you're not into just the I love yous? Well, you have to let your partner know, first off, hey, I love hearing that you love me and hearing that you think about me and stuff, but I need more. I want to feel it. I want to feel it in a physical way. I want to feel it in a more emotional way by spending time with you together instead. And once you start actually talking about this stuff, your partner will first off see and recognize, oh, that's how I've been communicating my love. And oh, this is how she actually wants her love communicated. And now instead of just hitting a wall where we can't get over it together because we're coming at it from different directions, we can come together and help each other over that communication barrier and start making our relationship better and stronger and growing it even deeper than it is now. So number 2 is quality time. Again, this isn't the big giant displays of affection and love. This isn't going on a 9-day cruise to the Bahamas or whatever, just the 2 of you, or spending your honeymoon. Those are fun. Those are awesome temporary little boosts to your love and your relationship, but those aren't what build up your relationship. No, you see what this is the day-to-day stuff again. It's the simple quality time you spend together. It's when, guys, you want to go to the store and you might want to just be alone so you can run in, run out, but your lady wants to tag along, not because she wants to bug you, not because she doesn't trust you out alone, but because she wants to spend that quality time with you, because she wants you to know that she cares about you, and she cares about you enough to where she wants to spend time with you and to be physically with you and to be doing what you're doing with you. If you can recognize that, it might be to where you can turn it into, instead of looking at it as, oh, my lady's bugging me again, She always wants to be around. My partner always wants to bother me, can't let me do anything on my own. You can turn that kind of resentment into, oh, she wants to spend time with me. She's thinking about me. They really care about me. My partner loves me so much that they don't want me just to have to run into the store and be bored and pick up something and run out real quick. They want to turn it into a little bit of a date where we can go out and have some fun and actually have a good time together. And that's when you need to embrace it. If that's your partner's way of communicating love to you, is spending that quality time, then you need to embrace that, because that quality time is what's going to build up the romance, build up the affection, and build up your relationship into something that lasts a lifetime. Whereas if you're turning down their quality time because you're getting butthurt thinking maybe they're jealous, maybe they don't trust you, maybe you just need a minute alone, what you're doing, you're essentially shutting down them showing you their love. It's like when you come up to your partner and try to say, honey, I love you, and for them to say, I don't really think so. I mean, that's not how you build up a relationship. So when they're trying to spend quality time with you, try to recognize that that's their way of telling you, hey, I love you so much, I care about you so much that I want to be with you. I want to show you my attention. I want to give you my energy and my love and my emotions. And then from there, you can start giving it back. Start embracing it. Start looking at ways you can spend quality time with them so you can grow your relationship even deeper. The third one is simple physical touch. Now guys, whenever we talk about physical touch in a relationship, we typically jump right to the bed, right? After all, that's what physical touch in a relationship is. It's intimacy. There's a lot of loud tractors driving by and stuff today. It's, we start touching her to get her turned on, right? So we can get something, we can get laid. No. Again, we're not talking about that big physical display. Your love life, the in between the sheets kind of fun, that should be a symptom of your relationship that you have together. A healthy sex life is a symptom of a healthy, loving relationship. So instead, don't think about that. Think about the small things. Think about when she's standing in the kitchen getting dinner ready and you walk up and put your hand on her shoulders and just hold her for a moment. Think about when you just walk by because you're on your way to the office and you caress the small of her back or give her a peck on the cheek and walk away just to let her know you're thinking about her. Those are the kinds of physical displays of affection we're talking about. If that's your love language, ladies, I think this is kind of the default mode a lot of you fall into. It's easier to be touchy-feely, to give your man that kind of romantic gesture to let him know you're still thinking about him. And for guys, it's easier for us to take that and just jump into the bedroom. Oh, she touched me. That means it's time to rock. But if you can recognize that that's your woman's way of showing you love and affection, then you can take it, instead of just jumping into the bedroom, take that and show it back, reciprocate it. Use that to start a cycle in which you build up your affection throughout the day. And then guess what, guys? You're building your affection throughout the day, you're touching and loving each other. Guess what's gonna happen? So don't worry about it, just be loving. Accept that as your partner's love language and let that love, let the intimacy naturally be a symptom of that relationship growing stronger and deeper. So number 4 are simple acts of service. Wait, you mean I gotta put myself up as some kind of a servant into my relationship? I'm supposed to serve my partner? I'm supposed to be some kind of a slave to this man or this woman? Yes, that's exactly it. You should submit yourself to your man or your woman. You should submit yourself as a servant of your relationship, to serve it, to serve your partner's needs and wants. And if you both do that, if you both come to the relationship in a way of service, of serving each other, then you're not going to have any wants or needs from your partner that are unfulfilled, because they're trying to serve you. They're trying to serve, ooh, big old hornet here. Let me get away from this thing, tried to land on me. They're trying to serve you. They're trying to serve your relationship. They're trying to service those things in your relationship that you need and want. And if you guys both coming at that, there is no kind of, oh, I'm a slave to this guy or this gal. It's I submit myself to this person because I love them. If we just look at any of the holy texts, the Bible's the big one, obviously. Men, submit yourself to your women. Women, submit yourself to your wives. It's kind of like what? We're supposed to be some kind of act of bondage or servitude. But if we look at the Vedas, it says the same thing. Men, you're to not only protect, but to uphold, uplift your woman. You're to make sure she's educated and held up as something better than you. These acts of service, they're a lot more than just simple, oh, I'm gonna give something to my woman to make her feel loved. It's uplifting your partner. It's serving your relationship so that you can bring it to the next level. It's serving your partner's needs and wants, knowing that if you give yourself to them, they will give yourself to you. And together you'll lift each other up into a lifelong marriage, relationship, whatever it is you're actually looking to build. But if you're not willing to come to your relationship with some level of service, if you're not willing to submit yourself to giving your partner their needs and their wants, if you're not willing to put your relationship and the servitude of that ahead of your own self, what's going to happen? And the final one is gifting. Everybody loves a good gift, right? But for some of us, it's more than just a gift. I think this is one that my own wife falls into a lot. When she comes home a lot, just from the store or something, there's lots of times where she'll have a small little treat. Something like a Kit Kat, Butterfinger, maybe some cookies that she's made up, something small that she can give to me. And for her, it's not just a little gift. And for your partner, if this is their love language, it's not just a simple gift. It's not simply buying you a candy bar on the way home. It's their way of saying, honey, I was thinking about you today. Not only was I thinking about you, but I was thinking about you and I love you. And I love you so much that when I think about you, I want to give you things to show you that love. So I went out and I got something that I thought you would like. I went out and thought about what are the kind of things that you want. What are the little goodies or treats that you love to munch on? And I got one of those hoping that that would give you the kind of joy that thinking about you gives to me. And that's really the heart of gifting, if this is your partner's love language. It's not just that they want to show you some kind of love. It's not that they're trying to buy you off in some way or buy your affection. It's that they want to show you the same kind of love and joy that thinking about you that you bring to them. It's they don't just want to give you something and say, oh, look at how wonderful of a wife I am. Look how awesome of a girlfriend I am. It's more, look how awesome of a boyfriend, of a husband you are. You're such an awesome man. I love you so much that I think about you enough that I want to give you things, that I want to get you little stuff throughout the day, that I want to spend 50 cents on a candy bar because I know that candy bar is something that you like, that makes your tummy happy and warm. And when you eat it, I hope that'll bring you the same kind of joy that when I thought about you for 5 minutes, it brought me. See, it's not just a candy bar, it's their heart. It's not just a ring or an iPad or whatever the thing is they're giving you. It's their heart they're giving you. And if it's your partner's, if gifting is your partner's way of showing their love, then by understanding that, it changes those things from being just gifts in your eyes into being a part of their heart and soul that they're giving you. It's understanding that they're not just giving you a candy bar. It's they're giving you a sign of their love to you. That means a lot more. So that's it, 5 love languages. That's really all you gotta remember, 5 categories that we all use to describe and to show and display our love to each other. And once you figure out which one you tend to rely on most and which one your partner tends to rely on most, you can start kind of itemizing those, putting them together and seeing, all right, this is the things where we're complementing each other. These are the things where we're kind of butting heads, where we're not lining up. And because we know these are the 2 different languages we're coming from, those things where we're not lining up, those can be addressed. They're not things we're actually butting heads over. They're just things we're not understanding between each other. Now that we have that understanding of each other, they're not an issue. They become something that lifts us up. They become a way for us to feel that love from our partner even deeper, on a deeper level. on a more emotional, more spiritual level. And those are the things now that, instead of becoming barriers to our communication, are going to be those gateways that open our communication to something deeper and to something better.